Welcome to the Nevis newscast for Tuesday, September 6th, 2022. I am Bronte Swanston Hendrickson. The Honorable Mark Brantley has donated some 900 packages of supplies for primary school students in Nevis. He presented the gifts to heads of schools at a brief handing over ceremony on Tuesday, September 6th.
Some years ago, I introduced this idea of assisting with backpacks for the primary school age children in my constituency, because for me it was just an opportunity to give back. It doesn't involve any government funds. I was able to use my own resources and or to raise funds to make this possible. And over the years, it is something that we have sought to do. We only had a backpack. The backpacks were empty. But this year, because we had a hiatus of 2 years due to COVID, we have put a little something in the backpacks as well. So I think the students now will get at least, I think, an exercise book. They get crayons, they get a set with ruler, pencils, etc., sharpeners, and that kind of thing. So the idea really is to give something back, but also to assist parents, because we know this back to school is difficult for parents. It's a financial burden for many of them. And I'm sorry that I'm a little late. I did try to get them here several weeks ago, but due to shipping constraints, we only have them now.
Premier Brantley,
yes.
On behalf of the schools, we are deeply touched. I see this as a move of compassion, and I pray that our children will put the bag and the books to good use, and I will do you proud. So on behalf of all the primary schools, be it public or private, we extend a heartfelt thank you. And we pray that God will continue to bless you so that you can continue to bless us as school institutions, and we pray also that you would be able to reach the other schools, as Mr. Barrett would have said, P.S. Barrett would have said, because we want all the children benefiting. So again, thank you very much, for such a heartfelt contribution to our schools.
Mr. Brantley, who is the Premier of Nevis and Senior Minister of Education, is hopeful that the items will be of value to the students and their parents.
If I can be allowed to just take up one of these bags, you realize that it has a logo on it. It says, "Believe in yourself," because it's not just about giving a knapsack. It is also about trying to instill in these youngsters that they have to believe in themselves. All of the products are emblazoned with the same logo, "Believe in yourself." So the exercise books, the pencils, the crayons, all of them have the same logo. And it is my hope, as I say, that our children from kindergarten all the way up to grade 6 would benefit. We have close to 900 packages, and I believe the cost this year is somewhere in the region of $17,000. Thus far, I think the 900 or so we have is adequate to provide for the private and public schools within St. John's and St. Paul.
Mr. Brantley also thanked the volunteers who prepared the backpack of supplies for distribution to the students. The Department of Education has made some amendments to the secondary school rules in relation to the styling of students here. Principal Education Officer Zanella Claxton made the announcement. As schools reopen, Claxton is encouraging the students to adhere to the guidelines.
A request was submitted by some secondary school leader, and we, based on discussions and consultations at all levels, the following amendments to the secondary school rules have been conditionally approved. Males, the hair should be no longer than 1 inch. Previously, the rule had a 1/4 inch as the longest possible length for males' hair. Their hair should be well groomed, and well groomed has been defined. This means that there should not be any twist outs, but hair should be properly combed out. Should the hair be grown more than a 1/4 inch, they should be properly squared. No dyes, colors, sprays should be placed in the hair. And so that is for our boys. No, we're not allowing you to braid your hair or do twist outs. You can keep them well groomed.
There are also amendments to the guidelines for girls.
For girls, braids are permitted but only conservative and protective hairstyles should be used. They should be no longer than shoulder length. If braids are longer, they will have to be removed or adjusted. Crochet braids are allowed with the following stipulations. Styles using crochet braids should mimic a student's naturally braided hair. Should braided extensions be used for buns and wraps, the buns should not be excessively large and should be no more than 10 centimeters in diameter. No wigs or weaves are allowed. No dyes or colored sprays, and colors should be placed in the hair.
According to Claxton, the amendments will be allowed for a conditional implementation of 1 year. At the end of the school year, they will be reviewed. The Department of Labor hosted a closing ceremony for its 2022 Career Fair on Thursday, September 1st at the Four Seasons Resort, Nevis. The Career Fair, which ran for 4 days under the theme Skills Development and Opportunities for a Brighter Future, allowed 45 4th and 5th form students from the island's 3 secondary schools to engage in a variety of training exercises designed to help prepare them for the world of work. The program also provided the students with the opportunity to work as interns at various businesses on the island. Acting Chief Labor Officer Juliet O'Loughlin provided a review of the exercise and thanked those involved in making it a success.
Career Fair 2022 commenced on the 11th day of July under the theme Skills Development and Opportunities for a Brighter Future. And looking down at the bright and smiling faces of the participants, the future indeed looks bright. During that same week, we had the speakers presenting on the various skill sets and related topics. And then during the following week, we initiated the job attachment process. The fair has been viewed as quite a success. I say that because of the comments and feedback on the evaluation sheet that the Department of Labor has received from those businesses who have partnered with us to expose the interns to the expectations and policies of the workplace. Hence, it is quite fitting at this time for me, on behalf of the Department of Labor, to specifically extend our gratitude to those businesses, the speakers at the presentation sessions, and all who have assisted and supported us in this endeavor.
Also making remarks was Minister of Labor, the Honorable Spencer Brand, who applauded the Department of Labor on the successful hosting of the Career Fair.
I am particularly pleased that we are at this juncture today for the closing ceremony of Career Fair 2022. And from the outset, I want to thank the Nevis Labor Department for conceptualizing this fair, organizing it, and certainly did a remarkable job of executing it. So thanks to Mr. Loughlin and her staff at the Nevis Labor Department. We would recall that for the last 2 years, the COVID pandemic have derailed a number of our initiatives on the island of Nevis. And I'm indeed delighted to see that Career Fair was one of those initiatives that is now back on the calendar of events here on the island of Nevis.
Minister Brandt also encouraged the participants to utilize the knowledge and experience gained through the program to create a better future for themselves and their communities.
This Career Fair 2022 was all geared about ensuring that you can have the necessary skills, the necessary thought process, and the necessary attitude and approach to life. And I am satisfied today that with such a statement, that Career Fair 2022 was indeed a success. To all of the participants, that this is just a start. And Career Fair, for me, is just a little spark. You as participants must recognize that the world is your stage. And how you dance on it, and how you work on it, and how you live on it can have a significant impact on humanity. I want to encourage you, and I want to wish you all the best, and wish you every success, not only from Career Fair 2022, but in your future endeavors.
At the ceremony's conclusion, the students received certificates for their participation in the career fair. The Nevis Island Administration Ministry of Human Resources is delighted to announce the Republic of Serbia Scholarship 2022. This scholarship is made available to one national of St. Kitts and Nevis wishing to pursue undergraduate and graduate studies in Serbia. Kindly note that applicants should not be older than 26 years. The benefits of the scholarship include, but are not limited to, Serbian language preparatory courses, accommodation and food in student centers, resident visa, monthly scholarship, monetary award, and health insurance. The scholarship does not cover airfare, public transportation, and cost of textbooks. The deadline for applications to be submitted to the Ministry of Human Resources is Friday, September 30th, 2022. Please note that the deadline on the scholarship guidelines is October 31st. However, this date is for applications to be received by the Embassy, not Human Resources. Therefore, applications received after September 30th will not be accepted. For further details on the terms and conditions of the scholarship award, the participating faculties, to access the application form, and more, please contact the following persons: Shelley Jones-Liberd, Shanola Murray-Gill, Shanil Skeet, Ministry of Human Resources, Nevis Island Administration, via the information on your screen. A national pride competition is being hosted by the Independence Committee for the 39th celebration of independence in St. Kitts and Nevis, dubbed Pride Full. The competition is open to creatives in St. Kitts and Nevis of all ages to display their individuality, creativity, and patriotism through attire. Participants must be residents of St. Kitts and Nevis, and the national aspects, including national colors, madras, crocus, etc., must be incorporated. Participants must submit 2 images of their creation. Photos submitted must be in the PNG or JPEG format in high resolution. Participants are required to post their submissions on Facebook and Instagram page and tag the Independence 39 Committee by using the hashtag Independence39, St. Kitts and Nevis, or Prideful. Only photos posted between September 12th through 19th will be considered. Winner will be awarded a cash prize of $1,500. And that's it for this edition of the Nevis Newscast. On behalf of all of us here at the Department of Information, I am Bronte Swanston Hendrickson. Thank you for viewing.